Yes, let's go.
Right, so it's a really exciting time for you because you just released your new album a few days ago and your tour starts tomorrow. So how are you feeling about it all?
I am feeling super excited. I'm feeling super proud. I am super proud of this album. Creating this album has been a journey. It's the whole process was very um different from what it has usually been. I've learned a lot. It was very last minute. It was all like just catching up to everything and um and yeah, everything was I've made, all the songs
Mm.
um just kind of as I went. It wasn't like I've had material ready and then I just, had like 70 different songs and then I choose like which songs make it to the album. It was very much like just making everything on the go and putting it on the album. I've had ideas in my head, some concepts, and yeah, and then I just, put it on the paper, in the music, and I feel that way like kind of the album came out very authentic as well, because it's like everything that I've been going through like in the moment. So it's very it very much reflects the time that I was in and kind of still am. And yeah, and I've learned a lot. My process has changed a lot. And the tour is super, super exciting. I'm quite nervous, I would say, but I'm at peace. I don't know. I'm fearing, I have a lot of like contradictory emotions there. Like I'm
Like
super excited.
it's like
I'm,
calm before the storm, right?
pardon?
Is it like the calm before the storm?
Kind of a little bit, yeah. Like I know the storm is coming. I'm calm, but I know the storm is coming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm excited for it. I can't wait to play the new music live. I've been working a lot on my voice. I've changed a lot this first half of the year. I've been working a lot on myself, on my vocal, on my body, like everything. Just kind of, I've been very much. I've been trying to like settle down and stay on the ground before I go off again. So yeah, so it's very exciting. I can't wait to see what the tour is gonna look like. But yeah, I just want everything to be, to be perfect. And the first show is always kind of feel, even though you give your all, the first show kind of always feels like the last rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like you don't obviously you rehearse and everything, you prepare everything, but then you play the first show and that's the first time you see it actually in action. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, okay. So back to your album for a bit. When you listen to it, it really does feel like a journey.
Mm.
What is the most important thing that you learned about yourself during the creation process?
That's a good question. Because like I feel like the whole album is about like growth and kind of getting to know yourself. I have learned a lot about myself. I have learned about my own like what's holding me back, my own like wants and kind of desires, what I want, who I want to be, who I am. Like I think I am that kind of person that like dissects everything, and I like look at things and I dig deeper into them. Like I look at my behavior, for example, and I'm like, why do I act this way? So I kind of dissect that behavior, look into like situations. Why did I do that? Why did I say it? And then I kind of look for the things in the past that kind of made me that person, um and I look at where I am now and how like it's so fascinating to me. Like we would react in a total like how, for example, how would I deal with the situation that I'm in right now if I grew up in a different environment, if I don't know, didn't have siblings, if I, it's like it's a very, very interesting thing to me. So So I've learned a lot about myself and kind of yeah, I would say. But yeah, I don't know if I've answered your question even.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
That
did.
I've learned a lot, but didn't say exactly what. But yeah, but I would say the most important thing that I've learned is that I am an artist,
Hmm.
as as cheesy as it sounds. But like I felt that during that process, I felt very secure with myself, kind of. Like I knew I was making this album, and I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know? I overthink for a living now. Like it's crazy, you know? I've been doing this for so long and and now I can finally do it for a living. So, yeah.
Great. Okay. And it's a really personal record as well. Which song was the hardest to create on it?
Nostalgia 100%. I think I've had this concept for a while. I've been talking about it already, like nostalgia and trauma being the two sides of the same coin. And I've been very fascinated about this like concept of nostalgia and trauma being kind of the same thing, and how we use how both are kind of a reflection, like the ways we view our past, you know, like nostalgia is a very romanticized version, trauma is that traumatic version, and kind of how they work, how we use them. And I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, and then I spent a lot of time just writing. Like I've written like 10 pages of just like scribbles, like just, you know, diving into it, like and then I was kind of left with this song. And I don't know, it's not like, it's not all personal, like it's not, you know, obviously I like to obviously create from like my experiences, but I've always felt like if you want to make your point, sometimes it's good to kind of be a little bit radical
Hmm.
to make that point. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want to make it as obvious as it is. Like so I'm kind of make it a bit more saturated, so to speak, kind of, you know, exaggerate a little bit and to get my point very well across. And yeah, I think that song was kind of the hardest to create, the hardest to get out in the studio as well, to kind of perform that song, and at the same time kind of the easiest for some reason. I felt like I was very prepared to it. I've done a lot of like research. I wrote a lot of notes before writing the final lyrics and going into the studio.
All right. And what do you hope people who listen to your album take away from it?
I hope that they'll kind of take things for what they are, um like for example in their own lives, you know, that they kind of accept the situations that are in their life. Yeah, like I don't know how to say that, but kind of like I find that a lot of people are like complaining and thinking, oh, I wish I had this, I wish, you know, if I had only, you know, had this and that. And like I think everybody has something, everybody comes from somewhere, and everybody's different. And I think it's really important to learn how to function and live with the cards that you've been dealt. And so I think it's really important to like get to know yourself really well, to know where you come from, to know what you want, to know who you are, and live in the world that you live in. And, you know, not like only complain about how it would be better to live in a different world and everything, but like actually know what you can do in this situation. Like you've found yourself in a world and in a situation that you cannot really change or influence, you know. You're here, you didn't create this world, and you're in it. You have to function in it. And as long, you know, as you know who you are, it's you know, it's fine. So yeah, so that's what I want people to take away. Like get to know yourself and it will be easier.
Love that. Okay. So your tour starts tomorrow. So let's talk about concerts and touring a bit. Do you have any
Mm.
rituals that you always do before every concert of yours?
Do I have any rituals?
Yeah, pre-show rituals that you do right
Mm.
before stepping on stage.
I think they might change now. I think I would love to be more consistent with my visuals. It's always a bit chaotic and messy. Obviously, every show is different, and the situation changes. But I would say that, like, you know, putting makeup on and putting all the clothes on and everything, just warming up, that kind of what gets me into the zone. But I would really love to like implement like actual kind of meditation and some practice to like help me uh like my body to prepare my body for the show, my voice, my mind kind of really get in the zone. So I think I'll be doing that, and like push-ups and jumping jacks.
Right. And what's one thing that you just can't leave at home when you're traveling on tour?
Nintendo Switch. That's one thing. Like I need to have this. Like we're on the bus and we're playing Mario Kart and Boomerang Fu like all the time. Like I think we one time when we were on tour with Madison Beer, we like I think we once played like 4 hours straight. We were on the road from one city to another, and we haven't even realized when, you know, when we arrived
Mhm.
at the place, because we spent like 4 hours playing Mario Kart. So yeah, so I think Nintendo Switch, that's like not like, you know, obviously there are like clothes and, you know, and makeup and everything that I have to take, but I would say Nintendo Switch is like one of those things that I wouldn't like. It's not a necessity, but it is though. Like,
Love that. Love that. Okay. And what can your fans expect from your new show?
um, I think I obviously give it my all. I'm a very dedicated performer. I always try to do my best on the stage. I'm trying to be, you know, the best and give the best experience. I think what people can take away from my shows is like a lot of emotions. I would say I'm very emotional. I kind of, I feel like I convey a lot of emotions through my music, and not even, it's not even the lyrics. It's just, I guess my voice is very emotional. I don't know. Like I kind of convey these emotions very well. So I would say a lot of different emotions and thoughts. And this tour, I feel like is gonna be very chill. I don't know how to say that, but I feel very relaxed now. I feel like I'm at the stage where I know what I'm doing, and even though I might feel not like 100% prepared, and I feel like not everything is ready yet. Like I said, you know, the first show is always kind of the last rehearsal, and I still feel very at peace, you know? I'm very confident about what I'm doing. I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm kind of very chill about it, and I just want to have fun, and I want people to have fun and to experience something, you know?
Okay. And you're coming back to Budapest this Sunday, which we are really excited about. Now, this
Yeah.
is going to be your first proper concert in our country, but this is not your first time. First
No.
time here. So do you have like a favorite memory from your time here?
Mm, well, I think the one on the top of my head is one with Connor and with another friend of mine. And we went to like museum yeah, we went to a museum and we saw Matisse. So it was very nice. There was a Matisse exhibition. So that was very lovely. We had some good food there, and obviously the show. It was like, because it was a showcase, and it was like my slot was like 1 a.m. I think, so it was very late, and I already like arrived from the showcase in Poland, and it was like straight going from that showcase straight to Budapest. So that was very like exhausting and kind of intense, but I loved it. It was the adrenaline. It was really cool.
Right. So as you mentioned earlier, you've been on tour with the Queen herself, Madison Beer, earlier this year. Did she give you like any good advice, or did you learn anything from her from the time that you spent on tour with her?
Um, Obviously it's like a very it was a it was something I've never experienced before, to see that kind of big tour, all of those buses, all those people working there. It was like, it was really cool to experience that, to see it from, you know, from the other side, and see what it takes to organize that kind of show, and see how those people work, and see how she works, how, you know, how she's preparing for those shows. And that was very, you know, kind of inspiring, and I was very honored to be able to kind of experience that, to see it from, you know, from the other perspective. So yeah, I would say I've learned a lot from that. And yeah, I didn't like get any specific advice, but like but yeah, but that was, I would say that this is what I've taken away from it.
All right, and people, her fans love you, by the way. I've seen the show in Vienna, and I think it can be like a bit hard to be an opener because you don't know what to expect. But I feel like people love you. Her fans love
Thank you. Yeah, I remember the show in Vienna. The show in Vienna was really amazing. I've had a really good sound guy there. It was the show in Vienna was really, really good. I loved it. Yeah, it might be a bit hard at times, because it's like it's just different. It's a different kind of experience, because you don't know what the people are gonna be like. How are they gonna, you know, how they're gonna treat you, you know? It's like, obviously they came for the main artist, and sometimes they don't show up for an opener. Sometimes they don't really, you know, they don't really want to listen, you know, they're not there to discover new music. They're there to like watch their favorite artist. So, you know, it depends. I've had shows like when people were totally not interested in me, and I've had shows where people were very, very much supportive. So I would say it's a very good experience. You can, and even if you feel like, you know, I've had shows where I felt like the people were totally uninterested, and then I would get a message like, or I would meet someone that would be like, "Oh, I saw your show there and there, and that was amazing." And I was like, and I felt like that show, you know what I mean? Like, especially like if it's a big venue, for example, and you know, you don't see people in the back, but there are people in the back having fun as well. So I always give it, you know, my 100%, because you know, because you never know. You never know who's gonna love it. So even if you feel like people don't care in the front, or the most of them, you know, like there's a couple hundred people in the room, so there's always that one person that's gonna enjoy your show.
Yeah, all right. And if you had a time machine and you could go back in time to when you decided you were going to be an artist, to give your younger self just one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't rush. Like, don't. I've always had that mindset that I always wanted to make very early. Like, I always wanted to be that artist that's like, you know, 16 and, you know, making it big. And now that I look back, I was in no way prepared at the age of 16 to start my career. So I would say, like, don't rush. And, you know, it might not make sense, but if you won't rush and just focus and kind of look and listen, it will come to you faster. Like, just don't rush it, don't push it. Just, you know, work with what you have, get to know yourself, like I said before, get to know yourself and really like use what you have, and you'll be fine.
All right, and finally, is there a message that you would like to share with your Hungarian fans?
Yeah, I can't wait to see you. I'm super excited to play in Budapest. I can't wait to be back, and I hope you love it. I don't know. I hope you give it your all.
All right. Thank you. So that's all I planned for you today. But before I go, I would like to teach you something so you can take away something from this interview as well. So do you know any Hungarian words?
Hungarian words? I don't really know, no.
All right. So I'd like to teach you how to say I love you in Hungarian.
Yeah.
Okay. So it goes like this. Szeretlek.
What is it?
Yeah, let's take it slower. Se.
Sa.
Ret.
Szeret.
Lek.
Szeretlek.
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 Yep, that's it.
What is it?
It's szeretlek. It means I love you.
Oh, it's I love you. Oh, nice. Okay. Szeretlek. Oh, sorry. I was like
Yes,
cut off.
maybe you can say that on
Szeretlek.
stage if you remember.
I'll use that. I'll use that on the. I'll use that on the show. I know people love it, so I'll use that. Thank you. Szeretlek. I have to remember it.
That's it. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. Can't wait to see you on Sunday, and have a great tour.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.